Hey there, tech fans. Rick here again with another review. And today, I have the WUHD-Pro wireless media receiver from our good friends over at Orei. Now, I'm always on the lookout for new technology that makes life easier because I'm lazy. And a product like this gets me really excited because it solves a problem at home. Essentially what this product does is allows you to connect it up to a widescreen TV or a monitor through a single HDMI port and then wirelessly start sharing all of your media content from any mobile device. And the best part about the product is that it's incredibly versatile because a lot of these media receivers work really well with Android, but they don't work with Apple, or they work with Apple, they don't work with Android, or they require you to download some complicated program to start screen sharing. With this one, it works with all of them. So if you're a fan of Android, you can mirrorcast to it. If you like Apple, you can use Apple AirPlay mirroring. It works perfectly fine with that. If you have a laptop where you can share a screen wirelessly, guess what? It works with that too. So it's basically turning your TV into a wireless receiver that's constantly looking for content to be sent to it, which means I can eliminate a lot of the cables behind my TV because right now, my kids have portable devices, I have portable devices, and when we want to share content, I've got an HDMI cable hanging off the back of the TV and a USB-C video cable hanging off the back. And if my son's got his phone, he's got to plug in. My daughter needs the cable, she's got to plug in her tablet. Maybe I've got a laptop I want to connect. This eliminates all that hassle. So if my daughter wants to share a photo, basically sends it to this, it shows up on the widescreen TV. My son can share YouTube videos. Dad can show him the latest presentation on some new technology I'm looking into. I just love the versatility of this because it eliminates the cables. It's on all the time. It's looking for a connection, and it just does a great job. Now, Orei, the company, have been around for a long time. We've worked with them for years. They're a solid company. They build a lot of really advanced technology around HDMI extenders, HDMI splitters. They make audio extractors. They make receivers like this. So they're a rock solid company. And what I love about the company is they're always looking at the next generation of products. They're always trying to stay ahead of the curve. And when I saw this product, I thought I have to try it because I hate those cables hanging off the back of my TV. So it really makes things a ton easier. Now, they do make a couple of models of this product. The one I have in front of me is the WUHD-Pro, which fully supports 4K content at 60 frames a second. Now, think about that. That's ultra high definition content being sent wirelessly to this receiver for display on my monitor. That's the best you can get. They also make another version called WHD-Air, which is the 1080p version. So you can decide which of these two work for you. There's a little bit of a price difference between them, but for me, the 4K version is perfect because we have a lot of high definition content I like to share. So I want to get into the review in a second, but first I thought I'd do an unboxing just to show you everything that's included with the kit, and that way you know what you get if you purchase the product. And then I'd like to take a closer look at the receiver itself and explain the connections you'll need to make to use it with your own equipment. It's incredibly easy to use, so that'll be a short segment. And then I'll come back at the end and just point out a few things that really separate this from a lot of the wireless receivers that are on the market, because there's a lot of companies that make a product like this, and when you read the fine print, you'll find that there's a lot of sharp edges on those products that this product solves. So let's get started with the unboxing, then I'll get into the closer look. So when you open up the box, whether you buy the 1080p version or the 4K version, you're going to find the receiver. You're also going to find a power cable, which is nice they've included it. The cable has a USB-A connection on one end and a USB-C connection on the other end. You can simply plug the USB-A end into any standard USB wall charger, or if you have an open port on your monitor or the media equipment, you can plug it in there as well, and then plug the USB-C end into the receiver and you're good to go. You'll also find a full instruction manual that explains how easy this product is to use. It could not be simpler, to be honest with you. Again, there's no drivers needed. There's no shenanigans with applications. Basically, it's going to broadcast an IP address. You're going to find that IP address on your device and you're going to cast to it, and it's going to show up on your display. It really is just that simple to use. So if you stay tuned next, I'll take a closer look at the unit, and then I'll come back at the end and point out some of the things I love about this product, because I've tried a couple of these wireless receivers before and had real hassles with the programs not working or just the quality was terrible. This one just works and it's really easy to use. So stay tuned for the closer look, and then I'll come back with things you need to keep an eye on if you're looking at other products. The wireless media receiver is small and compact. It features a high-impact plastic case which makes it both durable and very lightweight. On the top of the unit is a single button that's used for sharing and unsharing of the content for whatever media device is currently connected to the receiver. You can tap it once to share the content, tap it again to unshare the content. On the rear of the units where you'll make all your connections, starting on the left-hand side, there's a full-sized HDMI port. That connects to whatever monitor you'd like to enjoy the content on from the mobile device that's being picked up by the receiver. So a straight HDMI cable from there to the display. To the right of that is an LED indicator, and there are 4 possible states for that LED. If it's on solid red, that means the unit's powered up. If it's flashing red, it's ready to go and looking for a connection. If it's solid blue, that means it's made a connection to a mobile device and it's currently displaying content. And if it's flashing blue, it's still connected to a mobile device, but you've paused the sharing of that content. To the right of that is a USB-C port. That's the power port. You'll use the included cable. You'll plug the USB-C end in here. The USB-A end can plug into any standard USB wall charger or any available port on your display or on your media equipment for power. The final connection's on the left side, and that's a 3.5mm audio jack. This unit will actually extract the audio from the media stream that's being shared on the display, and it's an analog connection. You can use this to pass that audio along to a home stereo system or a soundbar for higher quality audio if you choose to do that. That's pretty much it for the receiver. I thought I'd do a quick demonstration just to show you how easy this wireless media receiver will be to use with your own equipment. Now I've set up a small monitor right here, and this represents the widescreen TV in my living room. I have the receiver here, and I have an iPhone right over here that I'll use as the mobile device that I'd like to transfer content wirelessly to the receiver for display on the monitor. Now you only need 2 connections to the receiver to get it working. The first is an HDMI connection to your monitor. I've already plugged in a cable, and I'll plug that directly into the HDMI output port. And now I can add power. I plugged the USB-A end into a USB charger. The USB-C end plugs into the back of the receiver. And the minute I do that, notice the red light come on? It's now going through a power on self-test where it's checking all the internal electronics to make sure they're working okay. It's also checking the resolution of the monitor that's connected to make whatever adjustments are needed to give you the best possible picture. Now it finishes that test. You'll notice there's an SSID and a password up top. When you first connect to it from a new device, you'll need to find that IP address in the Wi-Fi settings on the device and enter that password. Once you do that, the device will remember that for future connections, but the first time you do it, you'll need those numbers. So right now it's sitting at red and it's waiting for a connection. You can see that it's pulsing red. So I'll open up my iPhone, I'll go to my Wi-Fi settings, turn it on, and I'll search for that IP address. And now I've already entered this before, so it should find it automatically. And it'll take a second while it's out there looking for that receiver. And the minute it finds it, it'll connect to it. Okay, it's actually found it, and now it's trying to connect to it, and it's connected. All right, so once I've made the Wi-Fi connection, now on an iPhone, it's pretty straightforward. In the upper right-hand corner, you pull down, and on there's a screen sharing function. And when you bring up the screen sharing function, the mirroring function, it's going to find that IP address, just tap it, and you'll see that it'll come up. So there's my desktop. So let me get off that. Let me get something interesting up. Let me show you a picture here. Let's see. There's my dog. There's my dog. So she's out in the front lawn. Boy, is she a beauty. Anyway, I'm sharing that from my phone. Now, what's cool about it is I have complete control. So watch this. I can actually expand it and contract it. You're getting an exact mirror of what's on your device to the screen. So if you've got an Android device, a laptop, an iPhone, a Mac device, a Windows device, you can immediately mirror over there. And you'll notice this is solid blue. If I want to stop sharing, I'll tap that button and I stop the sharing. If I want to share again, I'll tap it again and it'll start sharing. So it gives you complete control from the device and from the receiver to decide what's being shared, who gets to share. And it's a great way to sort of have the family, when you're sitting around talking to each other about specific things on your phone or your laptop or your tablet, you can immediately show them on the widescreen TV. So if you found an interesting video on YouTube, maybe it's a Drone Valley video, you can put it up on the widescreen. If you've got some beautiful pictures you took that afternoon, you can share them on the widescreen. So you get the idea. What I love so much about it is this little device immediately turns my TV into a wireless receiver, which means all my mobile devices can broadcast to that receiver. And it really is just that simple to get it working. I hope that closer look and demonstration were helpful. Now here are a few key things to keep in mind when you're comparing the Orei WUHD-Pro wireless media receiver to others you may be considering. The first thing, and probably most important thing, is compatibility, because not all wireless connections out there are the same. And as I mentioned, some of these wireless receivers work really well with Android, but they don't work so great with Apple. Or they work wonderfully with Apple, but they won't work with Android. And some don't support laptop connections at all. Or if they do, you've got to download some driver, install it on your laptop, or maybe you've got to download a specialty program to use on your phone. With this one, it just works with everything. So if you've got an Android device, you can mirrorcast to it. If you're an Apple phone user, you can Apple AirPlay mirror to it. If you've got a Mac OS or a Windows laptop, they both connect to it. So there's no programs, there's no applications, there's no nonsense. You basically plug this in, connect it to your TV, and turn your TV into a wireless receiver that you can share content from anywhere. Another thing I like an awful lot about it is the button on the top. A lot of these you're either sharing or not sharing from the device, but you have no control at the actual receiver. With this one, you can turn the screen on and off right there with that button, so that's a nice little feature. Another cool thing about this one is the way it's powered, and I know that seems like a small feature, but a lot of these receivers have a dedicated power supply. You've got to plug that into a wall outlet someplace, and if you're like me, those wall outlets are really at a premium behind your media center, and it's always a hassle to find another one to plug things in. With this, you can power it off of a standard USB-A charge, so I can plug it into a wall charger if I have to, but most of my media gear, including my monitors, have available USB-A ports in the back. I'll plug it right in there, and that allows me to power it up, and I won't have to worry about finding an outlet and replacing a power supply if it goes bad later on. And the last thing I'll mention is the company. Orei's been around for a long time, and they build a lot of high quality products, so you know you're getting a product that works well, they'll stand behind it, and it just gets the job done. So for me, this is a great product. Now, I hope you found this review helpful. If you're curious about this product or the 1080p version, I have links below where you can go check them out on Amazon. If you buy through those links, we get a little bit of credit, so you'll be supporting the channel by doing that. If you have any questions about this product as well, drop those in the comments below. I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. I use this product at home. I love it. The kids love it. It just makes connecting to the widescreen TV so easy and so hassle-free. I just think it's a great product. So thanks an awful lot for watching, and until next time, as always, stay nerdy.